Tommy with the Fastlane Classics, and today we're going to do a quick video vlog actually, with our 1995 Jeep Wrangler YJ. It's been exactly 1 year since we purchased this vehicle, and I just wanted to give you some updates on how it's been performing, what I really love about it, what can be improved. But yeah, let's get started. Alright, so today I'm out here with some friends on an off-road trail up by Caribou, Colorado, and this is where this Jeep is in its home. Yes, it's very bouncy. Yes, it's very rattly on dirt roads, but on this slow crawling section, even though I don't have a lot of articulation, and even though I still have bad tires, it's just a hoot to drive. Out here you don't need 450 horsepower. Out here you don't need flashy stability control and ABS and traction control and airbags. Because really, what are you going to hit a tree at, as am I going, 2 miles an hour? It's a really great environment for this vehicle to be in. Jeep is a 1995 model, a YJ Sahara. First off, I love the engine. The straight six, very smooth. However, the transmission, not so good. The 3-speed automatic is good in the city where it's not particularly strange, but as soon as you get it into a highway situation, or as soon as you end up accelerating hard to move out of the way, it does struggle. The ratios are just too large. Other pros include the styling. I was not much of a YJ person when I purchased this vehicle, but now I really love it. I love the square headlights. I love just how stocky it looks, how aggressive it looks. I think it's a great looking vehicle. The YJ gets a really bad rap amongst the Jeep community, oftentimes called the yuppie Jeep, and I think that's just simply not true. Off-road, it can really hold its own. It still has solid axles, just like the CJ did, just like the TJ, just like JK. It still has leaf springs, which does mean the ride is a little bumpy. Please note that I am definitely a beginner off-road driver, and that I've not had a lot of experience, but you know, I'm just out here trying to have a nice time, trying to keep everyone safe. The interior also gets a lot of hate from the Jeep community oftentimes. It has a plastic dash. You know, it's sometimes considered to be cheap looking. I don't mind it. I love the line of gauges here. I love the seats especially. The seats are one of my favorite aspects of this vehicle. And then amenities aren't bad either. The Sahara model came with air conditioning. It came with a great heater. It came with a sound bar, which means just like a modern Jeep, you've got your tunes pumped right into your ear. It came with cruise control, high beams, low beams, you know, everything that you'd expect in the off-road vehicle has. Of course, you have no ABS, although it was an option. Some do come equipped with ABS. There is no traction control, no stability control, and this is a Canadian model, which means I have daytime running lamps. I have some funny dials that read in non-American speak, some fun stuff like that. My friend Matt is behind us in the 4Runner. Alex is behind him in another 95 YJ. It's just a great time. Jeep has currently 148,224 miles on it, and that 4-liter up front has been flawless. It's starting to develop a little bit of a rod knock, but you know, it's a 20-year-old Jeep with 150,000 miles. I mean, these things do start to happen. But it's been very reliable. No matter what the weather, it's always started. First time, never need to crank it more than just a couple seconds. It's smooth. That's really what surprises me about this Jeep, even though the ride is very rough and very bouncy, as you can probably see as I'm flopping around out here. The engine itself is very smooth. It's very torquey. Not a lot of horsepower, but I would say that the engine is one of the pluses of owning an older Jeep. It is a very windy day up here in Caribou, Colorado, and I am very glad I have this hardtop because it is keeping me nice and toasty. My friend in his 95 YJ is looking a little bit colder, but these heaters are so good it doesn't really matter. I will say, as reliable as it has been, the fuel economy has been very poor. I've been averaging right around 11 to 12 miles per gallon, and that is in mixed highway, off-road, on-road driving scenarios. But you know, that is what it is. If you're in the market for a used Jeep, I would strongly recommend considering a YJ. I know people have said that they've had reliability issues, but in the last year, right around 6,000 miles, the only problem I've had was the catalytic converter. Right at the beginning, getting it to pass smog. But since then, it's been great. Huge amounts of fun. Pull the top off in the summer, unstoppable in the winter. And if you are in the market for one, I would strongly recommend purchasing one that has not been too off-road equipped. YJs that have spent a lot of their time off-road tend to be a little bit more worn out. They tend to have broken things. So try to get the most stock one that you can find within your budget, of course. And then you can do the modifications yourself, or have a shop like we do have them done. There were 3 different engine options available for the YJ. Production runs began in '87, CJ production stopped in '86, and they lasted to '95. '95s had a fully galvanized body, so '95s tend to be the ones that you want to go for. They don't rust as much compared to the earlier ones. The 4-cylinder was also known to be quite reliable, the 2.5-liter 4-cylinder. But try to stay away from the earlier models with the 258.6. They were produced from '87 to '91. Not that that was a bad engine, it was just carbureted, and fuel injection, at least here up in altitude, is what you really want. They're also super easy to upgrade. Very common to upgrade YJs. You can go anywhere from what I would consider a light mod, which is what this is, just a lift and some larger tires, to full out, you know, rock buggies with tube frames and just go absolutely berserk. But for my opinion, I like this light mod. It allows me to come out on the weekends and have fun like this, but it doesn't sacrifice on-road drivability too much. The interior is the 20-year-old Jeep made by Chrysler in the 90s, so you know, keep that in mind. But it rattles like the dickens. It rattles like crazy when you're on dirt roads at any sort of speed. It's just, you can see the whole dashboard vibrate. And once again, that'll vary from example to example. But this example does have some rattling and squeaks. But you know, that is totally okay in my opinion. This is a 20-year-old Jeep. This is doing what it's meant to do, just outside in the dirt with some friends, not having to worry about it. It's great. I'm currently at college as well, so I can park it outside without having to stress about it getting stolen or scratched, because it's a 20-year-old Jeep at the end of the day. Alright, so what's the plan for this YJ moving forward? Well, first of all, we've got these. These are a set of the original 5-spoke wheels that would have come on this vehicle. We're going to put some big, aggressive off-road tires on this. It's going to be great off-road, it'll be great in snow. Really excited for this. We also have a light bar for up top. We've got some KZs we're going to put on there. Make it a little bit brighter, a little bit cooler. And then lastly, if I can get Roman to let me do this, I'm thinking maybe a Jurassic wrap on this Jeep. Well, we'll have to see about that. But thanks for watching the Fastlane Car. My name is Tommy. As always, check out all the social media. See you next time. Mud up here. That's what Jeeping's all about, man. Getting through some mud.